Welcome back to a new post today. So let's continue from where we had stopped. We had to do the most important points for you all to remember for the UPSC preliminary examination of 2025 for September 7th. So let's do September 7th today, and the very first issue is about a new treatment regime for multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. Let me tell you, Government of India has a goal of eliminating TB by 2025. That's 5 years ahead of the Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to eliminate TB by 2030. We also have a new regime called as BPAM, and we also have the National TB Elimination Program, which was later called as the Revised National TB Elimination Program. I'm sorry, which was previously called as Revised National TB Elimination Program. Now, the Revised National TB Tuberculosis Control Program was changed to National Elimination Program to stress on the point that India wants to eliminate and not control TB by 2025. So TB elimination by 2025, and now the Union Health Ministry has approved a new treatment regime for multi-drug resistant tuberculosis called as BPAM. What is this BPAM? This BPAM is nothing but a 4-drug regime that will have bedaquiline, it will have pretomanid, it will have linezolid, and it will have moxifloxacin to be proved to be very safe, effective, and has a quicker treatment option than the previous multi-drug resistant treatment procedure. So this, as we have a goal of eliminating TB by 2025, this plan was introduced by the Government of India under the National TB Elimination Program, now which will include these new drugs of pretomanid and also along with bedaquiline, linezolid, and also monifloxacin. So pretomanid was earlier approved and licensed by the Central Drug Standards Control Organization. So as I told you, it has a 4-drug regime, and it is more safer, effective, and quicker than the previous regime. While traditional multi-drug resistant TB treatments can last up to 20 months with severe side effects, the BPAM can cure the TB multi-drug resistant TB only within just 6 months with high treatment success rate. India has 75,000 drug resistant tuberculosis patients, which will now be able to benefit from this shorter regime of treatment. So with the other advantages and saving of cost as well. So National TB Control Elimination Program was previously called as the Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program, aimed at strategically reducing the TB burden by 2025, and it was named so in 2020. So the National Strategic Plan for TB Elimination was also launched to end TB by 2025. Along with that, we have something called as the E-Nikshay Mitra initiative to ensure additional support to the TB treatment and encourage elective representatives along with NGOs, individuals, corporates to come forward as donors to help the patients complete their journey towards the recovery. President Draupadi Murmu in 2022 also launched the Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan to urge the citizens to work collectively towards TB elimination in the spirit of Jan Bhagidari. And the next most important issue is about the National Tiger Conservation Authority. Now, why this organization was news was because it wrote a letter to all the states asking them to vacate the families, tribal families, in the core regions of the tiger reserves. And after this, it faced a backlash from these tribal families. So who exactly is this National Tiger Conservation Authority who is concerned about the tiger reserves? It was founded in 2025, and on the recommendation of a Tiger Task Force, the Prime Minister of India established this National Tiger Conservation Authority to streamline the Project Tiger, which has recently completed 50 years and numerous tiger reserves in India. It was in 1973 that India, along with the WWF, initiated a conservation program called as Project Tiger, the first species conservation program in India, after which we started numerous species-specific programs in India. Wildlife Protection Act forms the basis or the statutory backing for the National Tiger Conservation Authority, which is responsible for implementing Project Tiger, aimed at safeguarding endangered tigers in India. It is chaired by the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, and comprises 8 experts or professionals with qualifications and experience in wildlife conservation and also welfare of local communities, including the tribal population. Additionally, 3 members of the Parliament, 2 elected by the House of People and one by the Council of State serve as the authority. The Inspector General of Forests overseeing the Project Tiger holds the position of ex officio member secretary, and the Tiger Conservation Authority is mandated to publish an annual report which is presently presented alongside the audit report for scrutiny in the Parliament. And the next issue is about judicial bringing across the issue of appointments, saying that it is not a charter of a single judge but the collaborative effort of the collegium system. So what exactly is the collegium system? The collegium is not a constitutional mechanism, let me tell you. It is a mechanism that was brought out by a case by the Supreme Court called as the Supreme Court Advocates on Records Association versus Union of India 1993, also called as the three judges cases, in which this case actually clarified what exactly the word consultation means when Article 124 says that the President has to consult the Chief Justice of India while appointing the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. So this case clarified the consultation and said that it's not only the Chief Justice of India but actually a body of not only the Chief Justice of India but the senior Supreme Court judges that have to take the decision collectively, and therefore came about the collegium system. But let me tell you, in 2014 the National Judicial Appointments Commission bill was placed, and it went on to scrap the collegium system because there was lack of transparency in the collegium system. However, in 2015, by a majority of 4-1, the Supreme Court scrapped the National Judicial Appointments Commission, calling it a violation of the basic structure of the Constitution, as judiciary is independent in India and forms a basic structure of the Constitution. So still now we have the collegium system where the President appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court on the recommendation of, after consulting the Chief Justice of India, who heads the collegium along with the senior judges of the Supreme Court. So this is about the collegium system. The next one is about B.N. Gangadhar now becoming the president of the National Medical Council. Let me tell you, this is a very new body formed very recently in 2019, which replaced the Medical Council of India. So the National Medical Council replaced the Medical Council of India, which was a statutory body for establishing uniform and high standards of medical education in India. It was dissolved in 2020 when it was replaced by the National Medical Commission. The council granted recognition to medical qualification, accreditation to medical schools, granted registration to medical practitioners, and monitored medical practice in India. However, it was faced with persistent criticism of corruption, and then Niti Aayog recommended the replacement of NCI with NMC, that is National Medical Council of India, and the Indian Medical Council Act went about an amendment to bring about this body. And the last issue is about GCC. So GCC is nothing but Gulf Cooperation Council. Minister of External Affairs was in Riyadh for the first joint ministerial meeting of India and GCC. GCC has been improving its relations with India. It comprises the countries of the Persian Gulf, that is Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE. All monarchies, some constitutional, some federal and some absolute monarchies. Morocco Morocco wants to join the GCC Council along with 2 other countries as well. The GCC Supreme Council is the composing the heads of the state of the member states as the highest decision-making body, and its objectives are formulating a similar regulation in field of religion, finance, trade, custom, tourism, legislation and administration, fostering scientific and technical progress in industry, mining, agriculture, water and animal resources, establishing scientific research centers, setting up of joint ventures, unified military, encouraging cooperation of private sector and strengthening the ties between the people. And this body, GCC, was established in 1981 under the GCC Charter with its headquarters in Riyadh, that is Saudi Arabia. So these are some of the important points that I thought I should be discussing with you for the most important points that you need to keep track for the preliminary examination of UPSC 2025. If you did like, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you tomorrow for September 8th. Until then, it's very happy learning.